Hi again, it's How To Day on Great Expectations, and I'm back in the kitchen with celeb chef Yudika Sujnani, who never ceases to impress us with her wide and ever delicious repertoire of food. Today though, we're going simple with a fish dish for kids. So let's get straight to it, and the ticking pot is not a time bomb, it is a pot that is heating up.
Yes, it is a
and,
pot that's
and while
heating
it's
up.
doing that, Yudika, let's talk about quickly why fish is so important to have in your kiddies' diet.
Okay, well, fish is really high in omega-3 and it's really important, especially with those mood swings and kids get a bit ratty. So omega-3 actually keeps the level of dopamine and well, it raises the level of dopamine and serotonin. So those are the happy hormones.
A real science behind it all.
Yes,
not
yes,
just that it tastes
there
nice.
really
All right,
is.
and easy to cook. Okay, what are we making today?
Okay, this is a kedgeree.
A kedgeree.
And we're just starting out with some sunflower oil in a pan.
A very hot pan.
A very hot pan. And next I'm going to add a cinnamon stick. Sort of a large cinnamon stick.
A large cinnamon
So
stick.
there's not a lot of spices
sunflower
in here, so we're just going to keep it very, very plain and very simple. And then we're going to add some onions in.
Finely chopped.
This is where
or
you
cubed.
panic because
This
it's
is
going to
where I panic.
splash.
Right.
So just some finely chopped onions. Can you believe you can buy these ready chopped now, so you don't have to cry anymore? Right.
It's nice when you have people to do that.
Yes, and it's very convenient, very easy to make. Now we're going to
Can I
add...
stir this for you? While
Yeah, you can do
I
that.
like to be useful in the kitchen.
Now I'm going to add some coarse salt in here.
How much?
About a teaspoon and a half. And I don't put a salt cellar on a table, so it actually reduces your salt intake.
It's what you get is what you get in the pot.
Yes,
for
what
your
you get is
kiddies.
what you
Okay.
get.
And just a
And-
reminder that this recipe is going to be on our website, so if you don't get all the ingredients, you can get them off there. Okay, you've just added curry leaves, am I right?
Some curry
Ooh, they
leaves.
smell divine. I love the
Yeah,
smell of
I
curry
love
leaves.
lots of curry
Fresh
leaves,
curry
actually.
leaves.
Right, now in the meanwhile, we're just going to chat about the fish. We're going to be
Yes.
using two different types of fish for this dish. Traditionally, haddocks use a smoked fish, and I'm also going to be using smoked salmon as well.
Why
When
two types of fish? Is it-
Because I like the extra smokiness of the haddock, but I also like the texture of salmon.
and
I
in
think
terms of the nutrition that we spoke about for kids, are these two types of fish particularly high in all those good
salmon
stuff?
healthier than haddock, actually.
Right.
Salmon's an oily fish, and there's so many health benefits to using salmon in your food. Even just a little piece of salmon a week really does increase cognitive development in kids as well.
Wonderful. What have we done here?
So here we've got the fish that we've poached in milk, and I've just put 2 pieces of haddock in here with a whole dried chili and some milk. We've simmered it for 4 minutes,
Let's have
covered
a
it
look
up,
at that. Let's have a look and
and
see what
left
that...
it in the pan.
Okay, just to see what that looks like, so we know what it should look like. It shouldn't
Yes,
fall to
yes,
pieces
it
inside
shouldn't
there.
fall
okay.
to pieces.
And that's in some fresh milk, right?
Just some full cream milk.
Full cream milk.
Yes,
full cream milk.
and we're going to pick up the heat here so we can get this going as well. I've turned down the heat so we don't burn
It didn't
anything.
explode. Okay.
Yes, so we don't burn anything. Now we're going to actually lift this haddock out the milk, and careful, it might break.
Okay.
So we're just going to put that on here.
So just a reminder, this is kedgeree, and this is this your particular recipe?
Yes.
Your tailored recipe.
This is
Okay.
the way I make
This is
it,
you
with
make
two different
kedgeree,
types
two
of
different
fish.
types of fish.
Now just remember, if you're a vegetarian, I mean, some vegetarians do eat eggs, so you could just
Yes.
do the rice and eat it with the eggs.
Right.
You don't really need to make it with fish and fish alone. Okay, so how are your onions there?
Well, they're not brown, but how should they be brown?
Sweated, a
Sweated,
little
okay.
more on the
They're
onion.
sweaty,
And so
okay.
this is what your fish is going to look like. So you're just going to take a spoon and just
Chunk
flake
it
it
up,
up. Yeah,
flake it
just
up.
flake it up a bit.
Are there bones in here?
No. This is one of the conveniences of buying fish that's already
So you
filleted, smoked, and ready to go.
Filleted fish, get
Yeah.
the bones out. All right,
Get
what
the
are we
bones
doing
out.
with that?
Now you're just going to break this up like so into big chunks. You don't want to break it up into little pieces because then you're
gonna
actually going to disintegrate. Yeah. So you've obviously had some
Okay,
experience.
so break
with
up your
this.
fish, flake it up into big flakes.
Big flakes.
What are we adding next?
Some garlic. Now you just want to sweat the onions until they're translucent. You don't want to see these dark bits of onion in your kedgeree rice.
I think they're sweaty.
Garlic.
Right, they're sweaty. Garlic.
And sweating the onions just reduces the acidity in them as well. So it really does give you a slightly sweeter flavour, less acidic, so it's better for
And
kids.
just for the shopping basket, we do use rice in this recipe. What kind of rice are we using here?
I always use basmati rice. So we're going to pop this rice, and I haven't washed this rice or anything of the sort. The reason is that the quality of the rice is so good that you don't need to wash it, and once you wash it, you start to break down the grains of the rice, and that's when you actually end up with a mushy rice dish.
Oh, that explains my rice. Okay.
Right.
So that raw rice goes into the onions,
raw rice goes in,
garlic, curry leaf, and cinnamon and oil.
Now I'm going to also pop in just about 4 cardamom pods. And you're going to put these in, and you're also going to...
Otherwise known as ilachi.
Ilachi, right. Yes. The green ones, not the whole black ones. They're not... The black ilachi is much stronger, the black cardamom. Right, so you're doing a very good job there with the stirring. And in goes half a teaspoon of turmeric.
And this is very quick to make, so let's show mums how quick this is to make. Should we just... Oops, look what I've done. I'm very untidy.
Okay, so we're going to pop in some cold water. Now, you can either do this by using the milk and the water. I'm going to cook it down in water first. And then when the water evaporates, I'm going to pop in just a touch of milk. But if you don't want to do that at all, you can just
You can leave out the milk.
You can leave out the milk completely. Otherwise, you do get a very creamy rice.
Okay.
Next we're going to add this, which is the butter. You add the butter in. Now, you can also add the butter in once the rice is cooked and just work it into the rice very gently. Okay, pop that down and wipe my fingers. Now we're going to pop the lid over, and you're going to reduce the heat.
And let this rice cook with all of this in it.
And now this is our kedgeree that's done already.
Right.
Okay, so you can see the rice is cooked. You're just going to use a spoon and fluff it up gently.
Let mums have a look there. Oh, that looks very lovely on its own.
Yeah, I just like eating the rice on its own. Now this has the milk that was used, the poaching liquid.
And can you serve veggies with this, Yudika?
I do it with peas sometimes, and spinach and poached eggs. So there's lots of things you can do to serve this rice without fish if you just really don't like fish.
And can this be frozen, more importantly, and served at a later stage, being fish?
I wouldn't freeze it. It's so quick and easy to make. Your heat when you're simmering your rice has to be down to a minimum. Okay, so here you go. And we're going to pop the fish over right at the top here. Oops. And we're just going to pop the fish right on the top. And
don't mix too much.
Don't mix too much. Right. Some brown onion, smoked salmon going in. So you got the brown onion. Now these onions have been fried and
they're a little browner.
Yeah, and drained on absorbent paper towel. So they're not oily. You can see there's no oil
this looks
oozing
divine.
Out of them.
You wouldn't say it's so easy.
And then you're just going to arrange some smoked salmon on the top. And this is a great way of introducing some sort of very healthy fish to your kids, is get them to put the salmon on the top, and then they don't say, oh my God, this is not, they
too healthy.
Think this is uncooked fish.
And the eggs, what are we doing with that?
We're going to put the eggs on the top as well. Some lemon wedges. The lemon does soften when it's in the stuff, I'm
going to do that.
And here's the coriander going in as well. Just pop some eggs. I prefer my eggs quite runny, so I've done them a bit harder here.
Okay.
Right.
Ooh, that's yum.
Coriander
I'm going to have a little taste while you're... And I'm going to use the big spoon. Look at me.
The big spoon.
The big shovel.
Small spoon.
I'll use the small spoon here. And I'm going to tell you...
There we go. And that's how you do kedgeree. You'd put the lid on, let it simmer, let the flavours mingle, and you're good to go.
That's is divine. I'm going to show mums what our product looks like. Absolutely yummy. Thank you so much. It's got lovely flavors of the rice, the different types of fish that you can taste, and it's not very rich at all.
No, it's not.
All right. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Yudika. We're back after the break with ideas on how to cut your little one's fringe. So I'm going to get my strength and eat some more.